Greetings, y'all. This is Damien with HK Readings, Healing Culture Tarot. Here to do the reading for July for the sign of Pisces. That's Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and or Jupiter. So stay tuned to see if any of the messages resonate with you. Had a couple of interferences where I was just gonna, put the videos together, and then I was just like, at a certain point, I'm just gonna go ahead and go through these cards and give the message so it could be a little more coherent, right? So we've got the Seven of Wands, the Ace of Swords, the Emperor, the Five of Swords, the Four of Wands, the Seven of Coins, the Ten of Wands, the Queen of Cups, and the Magician. Now, in a nutshell, guys, let me go ahead and just tell you this. Now, cross watchers, you are welcome. Again, reading from the perspective of the Pisces. I love seeing Pisces in this energy where they're standing up for what's right. And I think, as a sign of someone who loves love, loves to be loved, you've placed yourself in situations where you were the one that was more giving to them than they were giving to you, or just people who weren't on your frequency or vibration who really deserved your love and your tenderness and your affection. You're speaking your truth and you're shutting people down, honestly. Now, some of those people deserve to be shut down because of certain actions that they may have carried out, and the others who may have been options or prospects, because a lot of people are feeling you right now. Even if they did nothing, Pisces, the fact of the matter is, a lot of times when you pay attention to your intuition, you'll see things that let you know that, okay, I don't need to get into this. Okay, has this person done anything? No, but you're tired of the innocent until proven guilty. You don't run on the guilty until proven innocent either, but you're still not choosing to subscribe to innocent until proven guilty. It's gotten your heart broken a lot, and I think that you just are transforming the type of energy that you're attracting, and you'll know it when you see it because you'll feel it, and it'll actually have all of the senses erupt. It'll be a very sensory experience. Now you also have a Taurus sun as your reader today, so I understand the importance of how you want and need that on all levels, right? That's what you're going for, though. So then by the time we get to the Emperor, we see you taking control back of your life and not allowing it to be swayed by others in any sort of way. No emotional manipulation, no falling for the pretty, whether it's a woman or a man, because, if somebody is sexy with a great smile and some conversation, they can't be that bad, right? Until you really get to know them. And maybe they're not still, but you know that that's not what is calling for you, and that's what you want. I think you are looking for someone who's on your level, who's, more of a soulmate type. Like I always say, we're never looking for our other half because we're whole. And you've been running into a lot of people. We all have problems with people who are on that half-minded mentality, that half-existing mentality. You as a whole are, looking for somebody who is also whole, so the upgrade process could bring you up to a 200% spectrum. It's some new shit, okay? It's being, just the middle class or whatever, but then when you get into that new bracket, when you become a millionaire, or if you become a billionaire, it's a whole new bracket. There's a whole, you got to add to that. There's another, comma you end up getting in there, some more zeros you end up getting in there. So it's the same thing when you go from thinking on looking for my other half to make 100% to coming at it 100%, dealing with somebody who is, and then now y'all are in that different bracket of we operate on 200%, okay? Which is just marvelous. I feel like you're done dealing with bums. And when I say that, it's just people who aren't showing up. I don't mean any disrespect to anybody, but that's just how Spirit is painting it to me. And for any cross watchers, hey, in your video, it'll be read from your perspective, or whatever Spirit is having me deliver. But Pisceans are just done dealing with bums. They are. People who aren't wanting to step up, who can't provide the level of commitment that they want. Because Pisces, it's been giving you a lot of anxiety lately. For a good while, it's been giving you a lot of anxiety on how these relationships are going, how things are ending up, what have you. And it's having you question your decision making. It's having you question so much about you. It's having you question your decision making. Are you fucking irrational? Are you just thinking purely emotionally? Well, you're really analyzing yourself, or you have been, through the scope of whatever's taking place that you need to separate yourself from, okay? But see, by the time you separate yourself from that, that's when you stop analyzing yourself through that shit and realize that it's not necessarily a reflection of you as far as who you are, but what you are allowing. Because you can shift that once you step more into who you are, step more into that truth. You'll change what you allow, you know. There's always a gray area in between everything. But you're done carrying the weight, you're done carrying the burdens. Because it should never be a burden when you are trying to get close to someone and get to know somebody. Like, there will be challenges, you know, there may be some obstacles, but it should never be a fucking burden. Okay, and you're wanting to step into a level of happiness where you're feeling lighthearted again, where you're laughing again, where you're joyous, where you're having fun, and that's what you're alchemizing right now, and that's the energy that you're creating here with the Magician card. It's like, you know, now that you have control over your life again and going towards your destiny, what you want, being very, very firm in that energy, Aries, Taurus, Divine Masculine here with the Emperor. And for me as a reader, the Magician is also Aries energy. So there's a lot of spark. There's a lot of new beginnings. There's a lot of new ideas and thoughts that you're having that are shaping the way you navigate life, okay? It's going to bring the type of love that you want. Now, I mean, could you already have that person around you? You very well could. I just feel like as clarity comes in, because we've got the Queen of Swords here, as clarity comes in, guys, just continue to be unswayed, okay? And remember, keep in mind that you don't have to have a harsh tongue or a sharp tongue to get your point across to people. You can have a balance there. And I think the Ace of Swords with the Queen of Swords here is talking about how you can have effective communication that can be balanced and tempered, you know, because it's a new way of communicating from the Ace of Swords to the Queen of Swords, but it still gets the point across. I think this is where the Queen of Swords is actually coming up in a lighter element, because, you know, she's also mirroring the energy here within of the Queen of Cups. And, you know, I don't think people are going to know how to respond to that. Maybe they think they know you and that you're going to act a certain way. Like, you know, you have to cut people out of hurt or anything like that. No, you just know what you're done with. You know what you want moving forward. And your communication skills are becoming better to make sure that you are able to be just and fair to those that, you know, you do have to tell trick, get off me, you know. And that you, and the future relationships that you step into, you'll also just be able to make it known upfront what you want without seeming like you're scorned, without seeming like you're bossy, without seeming like you're maybe moving too fast. You know, like you're developing a strong, keen sense of clarity in how to discuss foundational things very early and be very approachable and tactful in your communication as far as it comes to your feelings. Okay, really getting better with communicating your feelings to make sure that there's no confusion, to make sure that you aren't stepping into something that you probably later would regret, or just any of that. And you're done to learn with BUMS. So yeah, I don't know, man. This is a really great reading as far as I'm concerned. But I love you, my Pisces. I will see you for your July bonus. If you have not already, go ahead and subscribe. Hit that subscribe button to the channel of HK Reading. Leave your comments of resonance as well. And drop a like. Love you, Pisces. Out.